gonna have a relationship with you because you don't sow. There is no reason for us to speak. What are we talking about? There are two swords. The first sword I need to see you hold is the one you're gonna use to kill yourself. And the second sword is the one you're gonna use to go to war in. I don't need 500 girls living in a house with me or 50 girls living in a house with me. I just need disciples, 10 or 12 with me who understand call and assignment. They understand that they don't have their own life. These things sound very cruel in the church. I don't need 50 or 500 girls that have their own mind, that know what to do with their own salary. No, I'm looking at a kind of woman that is going to produce finances. I said to my girls this morning, I don't know what you think is happening in this house. I tell you what to do with your finances. I tell you where you're going. It's not like you have an option. If you have an option as you're leaving the house, yes sir, as you're leaving the house, drop your key in the letterbox. As I was putting together a new order for finances for the house, I began to say to them, yeah guys, I need you to tell me what you're earning. Somebody said, oh PM, it's intrusive. Hello? Is my daughter gonna tell me that is Chloe gonna tell me that I'm intrusive? Is a Pastor Maria gonna tell me that I'm intrusive? What are you talking about? I need to invest in private life. We're gonna share the bed. We're gonna share these finances. You're gonna tell me how much you're earning. She's gonna tell you how much she's earning. If we sit down, if I have 10 girls that are living with me and they all go to work, will I struggle to pay my rent and give seed? Will I struggle to go? You won't even struggle to buy clothes. Look, there's a new order. What is the order? What is the order? The order is I want 50 soldiers. I don't want to fool myself and say, oh yeah, there's 100 people that are ready. No, because we're not ready yet. The 100 are still sleeping. Let me raise 50. If those 50 people, I had to ask a question to my leaders yesterday. And the question was very sincere. I don't have time because I've got to get ready. I'm going to drop this in 10 minutes. I had to ask the question. And the question was very clear. I said to my leaders, as a pastor, are you telling me you've been in the nation under the word for 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, 6 months? You look, I came into Spat Nation. I heard the word for a month and I started doing my thing. I don't know about you guys. I came to Spat Nation and within month 1 of hearing Pastor, because I've been in church, I've heard poison. So when I heard the truth, I ran with the truth. Month 1, my giving journey started that week. What are you talking about? I didn't start mobilizing today. I didn't start giving today. I heard the truth. The truth came and set me free from the lies I've been hearing in my head. I'm beginning to, look, let me tell you something now. It is what is the word I'm going to use? It is a disrespect in the highest regard to the word. If you are a leader, if you are a pastor, and you don't have 10 people that you speak to, hear me well. You don't have to like what I'm saying. I don't care if you like what I'm saying. My boldness has gone. It's almost like I'm going back now. The Mariam I kept quiet because I didn't want to offend people. She's back. Yeah? Let me help you. If you are a pastor, and this is not about now going to snatch people to raise, there are enough people, new souls, sitting at the back waiting for you to get up from the front row. We don't even like your dress anyway, so we don't want to see it in the pictures. Get to the freaking back. Speak to the souls in the back of the church that are crying every day and they're looking for a leader. You have too much independence. Your independence is making you poor. Your mind is, one of my girls said to me, Ma, I had a vision. So what's the vision? She said, I had worms in my head. I had so many worms in my head. And the first thing I decided to do is say, okay, and how I know she's my daughter, because she thinks like me. So I don't mind having worms in my head. I'm just going to take your head. Yeah, I don't have a problem coming from a failure of a background. My parents are not rich. I'm just going to go and get new parents. My mom don't know how to speak the word. I'm just going to take Pastor Lucy as my mom. I don't mind coming from a bad background. I don't mind coming from a poor background. I'm just going to take a new mind. female pastor, you are not bold enough to have at least 10 people that can hear your voice and can give you £100 a week. £100 a week here is freaking benefits. Benefits, £100 a week. If I have 50 female leaders who have 10 soldiers each, that's 50 bags. I don't even need to entertain. What's the vision? She said I had worms in my head. I had so many worms in my head, and the first thing I decided to do is say, okay, and how I know she's my daughter, because she thinks like me. So I don't mind having worms in my head. I'm just gonna take your head. Yeah, I don't have a problem coming from a failure of a background. My parents are not rich. I'm just gonna go and get new parents. My mom don't know how to speak the word. I'm just gonna take Pastor Lucy as my mom. I don't mind coming from a bad background. I don't mind coming from a poor background. I'm just gonna take a new mind. Female pastor, you are not bold enough to have at least 10 people that can hear your voice and can give you £100 a week. £100 a week here is freaking benefits. Benefits, £100 a week. If I have 50 female leaders who have 10 soldiers each, that's 50 bags. I don't even need to entertain the rest of the church. But the women are still afraid. They're still worried about what Sister Soul. Let me tell you something now. If you're not raising that soul, I'm gonna raise her for you. If you're not raising that guy, I'm gonna raise him for you. I'm not gonna raise him for you by telling him, oh, come and sit in Pastor Mariam's house. Or I'm not even in my house that much. I'm gonna inspire so much to a point where your souls are just gonna flock to me. I'm gonna inspire so much. I'm gonna dominate my mountain so much that footballers are gonna come to me. I'm gonna take the piss on my ground so much that souls are gonna wanna run to me with their finances. As a female leader, I'm wondering what the is wrong with you. I said, okay, look, guys, there's a new giving structure coming out. I need 15 people to nominate themselves as a 1K giver. The first person to nominate themselves was a 20-year-old boy. I lost hope, guys. In my group chat with my family, I lost hope. I looked at all the female pastors and I said, why are you scared? Is it because you don't have the money in your account? Let me tell you something now. Every single time PT in Bankside will call for givers, £300, £500, trust me, I never had the money. I stood up in faith that I will have the money. I don't care how many, and I will send abusive messages like, guys, if you don't have the money, don't put yourself forward, because I'm going to come for you, and I will come for you. Still put yourself forward. By not putting yourself forward, you're saying, I will never have 1K. Do you know that's what you're saying? By not putting yourself forward, how can there be a call for finances and you don't put your name down? And I see someone like, I'll be very honest with you. When I see Charlie's name come up on my phone as a giver, I get angry. Who is this 20-year-old white boy that's coming to take everything? Who is this kid? When I see Jaden Fothergill, I told him, I'm not putting you on no line. Stop calling me and telling me you want to be a line leader. When Basola will sleep with me in a bed for like 6 months and I will shout at this girl every day, you are not praying. Do you want to die in your sleep? The things I will say to Basola is, you're going to die in your sleep. Better get up and pray. And she'll be crying, or she'll hate me, or she'll go to her mum's house. I don't care. You want to sit down and sleep, and Pastor Obi's praying and you're sleeping? You will die if you don't find that money. It's not like, oh, let's feel bad she started it. Start something else and bring more money. I'll even be happy because I'll be the one counting the bread. I'm not concerned about what somebody's gonna say. I'm looking at the lines and I'm wondering, why will you not put your name forward? Guys, okay, we need to be really careful about giving. Like, we've given so much and we owe a £250,000, by the way, in a year, with some structure on how we're going to pay debt. I sat my girls down all on Thursday, called the debt collectors, reduce your debt. They're now all paying £50 a month. Some of them are paying £1 a month. Yeah, I'm not going to be bound to that. And you're going to sow everything. And then when Auntie Lucy calls you, you take that call, and whatever she tells you to do, we all do that. I'm not the voice. I'm just giving the instruction. You will go to school. You will go to work. And as you're going to school and as you're going to work, your finances. Not only do I know your finances, I've made it worse for them. 3G. I've made 3G the head of finance for the house. Oh yeah? Goodness come. Everybody be submitting your salaries to a 3G. I don't care. The Kardashians, we all know what Chris earns, what Kim earns, what the other one earns. I forgot their names. I'm not in the world. There is a transparency. They fight on finances on TV. Can we fight on money? Can we fight on money, on real money? Can we fight on real money? And settle, because we're going to sow it all. Don't fight me on £500. As sisters, you're not ready to unify it. A line that was raising 1K, 5K, 10K. And I remember when my line raised 20K. Not only did I raised 20K for my line, and I raised 20K for my leader. I said, before I raise my own seed, I must raise PO's line. And I remember this time, the first time I built a line, my leader was not feeling well. I said, I took over PO's line. I went in the group chat. Imagine adding yourself to a Pastor Oni's group chat. And the people in that group chat is like Dr. Emma, Pastor James, people that like you don't have relationship. And I mobilized 20K. And then I went on my own chat in a day, mobilized 20K. I remember sitting on my bed in a 1-bedroom flat with Bookie and I think Pastor Kim, and we just started counting. And I'm like, God, oh my God. And I was shaking. And I then knew the power of being commissioned to do a work. I can't remember the last time I'd have to message Pastor Sam and say, sir, I want to do PO, we're trying to mobilize. Is it possible that you guys can all bring 1K? Why? I've been commissioned. As Christ was commissioned, I have been commissioned as a leader, as a woman, to raise finances. It is not fair